Optical camouflage is a good thing.
Yeah.
Upgrades all abilities of your stealth to checks twice while wearing this armor.
As
That'd be handy.
as Janag is busy in his workshop coming up with new things.
Especially, what is my stealth currently? Oh, 2 yellows and 3 greens. Not bad.
So that would be 4 yellows, 1 green.
Yeah.
So of course, I think the important question is are you guys keeping your ship or are you keeping the YT 2400?
We're
We're
keeping the
keeping.
YT 2400. It's a nice one.
Ah.
And we're selling the old one.
No, we're gonna park the old one somewhere so that when this ship gets stolen from us, we have a ship still.
Hey. That is
Now
not going to
that's being
happen.
sensible.
We're selling the old piece of shit because I need the money to put, like, all the cool things onto the ship.
All right, if you want to put all our eggs in one basket. So it's funny, Jim. You were talking about the lightsabers, and while you were talking about it, I received an email from Saberforge about their new saber release. And if you haven't checked out Saberforge, I recommend it. They're pretty damn cool. I have two of their lightsabers that I designed myself using their parts.
Nice.
And yep, I am a Sith.
And it's funny because you're playing a Jedi.
I've got two ultra sabers. I've got the cheap green one and the nice one that you can color change on your own, so I can be in whatever mood I want to be.
Yeah, I could have done that, but I'm like, no, I've already got my persona, and I'm Sith, so
You're totally Sithy.
actually, that's not entirely true. I can change out because I have two blue LEDs, and because I can build my lightsaber as a true Jedi or Sith should. I can change out my quote unquote kyber crystal to change the color of my lightsaber.
There you go.
Um, yeah, I didn't like the Ultra Sabers, honestly. I thought they were kind of clunky compared to Saber Forge. Plus, I
Yeah.
heard they were dicks a few years ago at Phoenix Comic Con.
Yeah, there was a really, really
Oh,
bad
yeah.
interaction
I
with
remember that.
everybody. That was the year with weapons. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the year. Yeah.
The year of the yo-ho that comes into a con with real steel.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not a good year for anybody at Phoenix Comic Con. And I can say personally, when I had an issue with my sound card on my Uber Saber, their help desk was not the most helpful.
Yeah, Saberforge. I've had to deal with their customer service a few times, and they were pretty damn helpful.
See, that's good.
In fact, one of the problems I had was when they first released their curved hilt
Hmm.
sabers. They did not specify on the website that you couldn't fit a certain sound kit into it without doing some mill work.
Oh,
And I got it, couldn't put it together. Contacted them, and they were like, "Oh, yep, we've been hearing that a lot, so we will just send you out a replacement hilt." And that's exactly what they did, and didn't require me to send back the original one. They were just like, "Here you go, here's a new one." And it's like
okay.
a $50-$60 part, something like that. So,
That's super cool.
yep. So I have my two beautiful lightsabers sitting right here behind me, as a matter of fact. I even have a picture on my phone I can post to the Facebook group.
we
We can
lost
add
Kelly on
armor
Skype.
spikes.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. It didn't show you as in the group. I was worried.
No, I'm there.
Quick, everybody act like you can't hear
What are you talking about? I can hear you. I don't know.
her. And then you hear her murdering me. As I'm leaving the recorded message, it's justifiable homicide.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it.
That's what I get for her watching Chicago again.
I haven't watched it in a while.
There we go. Picture posted to the Facebook group.
So if it says you can use 1 despair to inflict 1 hit for 6 points on attacker, that's negates his soak, just straight 6, right?
Yeah, if it negates his soak, what horrible ability are you looking at?
Well, it's armored spikes for his for his
Ooh.
laminate armor.
Yeah, so our Jedi's now got wicked spikes all over the armor, saying, "Don't touch me without permission."
Right. Well, it says melee, brawl, or lightsaber combat check.
Mm-hmm.
May spend 3 disadvantage or 1 despair to inflict for 6 damage on attacker.
Yeah, so that's when the attacker attacks me, if they get 3 disadvantage or 1 despair, I do 6 points of damage to him. Yeah, that would.
You sink
That'd
your
be-
forearm, your knee, or shoulder into him for swinging on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it says unsoakable.
That was my question. Like,
If
to
it's
inflict 1 hit for 6 damage on attacker. That was my question. Does it bypass their soak?
no, unless
Is
it
that after their
specifically
soak?
says unsoakable or after soak. That's usually the verbiage they use. So they could still attempt to soak it. So like if a guy's in good armor and he's got a soak of 5, you're only hitting him for a point of damage. But still, it's a point. If it's a podunk guy with no armor on and he's only got a soak of 2, well, that sucks for him.
Right.
So where do you look up this stuff? Maybe I can look and find what I'm looking for.
Oh no, the shopping list.
I mean, I'm sure it's in equipment somewhere, which I'd imagine is in
So
the
are
core
you
rule.
looking at the armor stuff or the the armor attachments?
I'm looking to
A
do
little bit
armor,
of both.
and I'm looking to add some defense to my armor.
Because I want to reverse engineer it, which gives it 1 extra hard point. And then I want to do the first thing I want to do is the superior armor customization, which gives it an extra soak.
Ooh.
I was trying to find the one because I could have swore I remember reading one that said I can increase the defense, but I can't. We could also do a kurtosis weave.
What does that do?
Do you have the 10,000 credits for kurtosis?
If like a Jedi hits him, they have to roll to see if, or if a lightsaber hits them, they have to roll to see if their lightsaber turns off or not.
Oh.
Since he might be going up against a Sith.
It's funny when they hit you and your armor makes contact with their lightsaber and it fizzles out.
Right.
until you smack it like a flashlight to turn back on.
Like, what the damn metachlorians? What's going on with those things?
It's all
There's
about the
no
midichlorians.
such thing.
I am one with the midichlorians. The midichlorians are one with me.
Oh, God, no. Uh,
Honestly, you would be fine with midichlorians if the whole rest of the movie didn't suck as bad as it did.
no, the thing is, okay, so if midichlorians are a thing, why don't they just blood test everybody, that they come across and automatically, okay, well, he could be a Jedi, we could just, it would just nullify the whole spiritual aspect of it.
It's the same reason you can't just go around COVID testing everybody.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, well, in a fascist imperial government, I don't think they really care.
But it hasn't always been fascist.
Yeah, but
That's the other part
And-
too. Like,
it is
and-
during the
So keep in mind that during the Republic, that yes, Jedi were out there looking for Jedi children to bring back to the temple to teach. How do you think they were doing that? It was by
Blood
doing
tests.
blood tests. It was by doing their midichlorian test. In the time of Luke, yeah, they didn't do that anymore because, well, they didn't even have the ability to do it anymore. The Emperor basically said Jedis are just a myth and they don't exist.
Yeah, knowing full well that there would be potentials, and then they would still be blood testing. They
Yeah,
may not be telling people why or what they're testing for. He's not going to want to let people just, the possible.
Just because in real history the CIA has gone to foreign countries under the idea of giving flu shots, he took blood samples to genetically test to find certain terrorist family members to find out where that terrorist was hiding. Just because the CIA did that in real life does not mean any other fictional government would do that. Nope. Nope. Yeah.
It's a big galaxy. That's all I have to say.
Because if the CIA could do it, ISB could do it in a second. Mandatory blood test, because we said so. Under the pretense of vaccinating you from a disease that we engineered and created and released. Wow, total conspiracy starting. See, I always like to think of it as the Force sensitives can sense each other, because like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Luke, you're strong in the Force.
Yeah, see, I agree with that.
Because it brings it back to that Zen warrior.
Yeah,
ideal.
it brings it back to that spiritual.
But this also ties a little bit into me saying, if the first movie didn't suck as bad as it did, you'd be more accepting of the midichlorian things. That falls into the bad writing category.
Oh yeah, bad writing.
We could have totally written up midichlorians in such a way to make it much more mystical, fascinating, and palatable to the masses.
Mm-hmm.
We could have also hired a kid with some acting talent to play. We could have also erased every mention of Jar Jar Binks.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, that
you're
was
so
an atrocity.
wrong. Jar Jar Binks the best.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, pardon me while I go kill my husband.
The lightsaber's in the room here if you want to use it to beat me with it. Got to make sure it's appropriate. And for those of you guys who may want to pick up Star Wars books, I will throw out there that the Gadgets and Gear book, which is available on Amazon and most game stores, is nice because it has all of the weapons, cybernetics, and miscellaneous equipment in there, including all of the weapon attachments, armor attachments, and other kind of lightsaber attachments. That's the one. All in one book. Gadgets and Gears is my favorite and it's got Jen Urso on the cover. However, the last book that came out of Fantasy Flight Games, Starships and Speeders, that has Lando on the cover, I detest this book because it has A bunch of new ships, a whole bunch of ships, all the printed ships. But do you think they put the ship modifications in, which would be an extra like 8 pages? No.
Why would we?
So the ship book does not have the ship modifications. So you then have to go back through the 15, 16 books, splash books, to get all the modifications out of those. Either good marketing or they didn't plan their page count well.
Combination of two.
Or it was the book that was made after they laid off most of their RPG staff.
Another distinct possibility.
That's the one I'm thinking it kind of rates back to. But I was disappointed in the ship book because when I was specifically buying it, it was because I wanted that access to all the ship attachments in one shot. Especially since there's only one book that has the droid sockets. And since we know so many Star Wars ships need to have a droid socket to put your astromech in.
So what was the name of that armor and what book?
It's not on PDF. I haven't found any pirated PDFs yet. It's Star Wars Gadget and Gear. It's even got funny things in there like Lando Calrissian's closet. Like I just flipped over to Leia Organa's diplomatic wardrobe, and basically it has 5 different outfits that she's worn in the movies. So if she's wearing the traditional royal family of Alderaan traveling gown with House Organa belt, remember that cool little belt she had when she was arrested? It adds 2 successes to social checks made to affect citizens of Alderaan. If the hood is raised, because remember how she had that cool little hoodie when she was talking to R2?
Yep.
It adds 2 black dice to any perception or vigilance checks made to identify the wearer. And then here's my favorite one from Return of the Jedi. The Rebel Field Uniform with Camouflage Poncho. In forest and tropical rainforest environments, the wearer adds 2 blue to all stealth checks and adds 2 black to any perception or vigilance checks made to locate or notice the wearer. The wearer also increases their ranged and melee defense by 1 in these environments. Which is super funny that they add. And they add things like Darth Vader's lightsaber and Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. So you get to see what their lightsaber is all kitted out. And then for Lando, we've got the blue floor-length cerulean style cloth cloak. Once per encounter, the wearer may add a success and advantage to the results of any leadership check. So it's funny, amongst all this benign standard gear, they put in these NPC splash items so you can see them.
Found one on eBay for $32, brand new.
Oh.
And it's nice because it's got like all the armor in one section and all the weapons in one section. Like, let me see if I can find it. So, anybody want to hear the ridiculousness of Boba Fett's armor?
Yes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So, Boba Fett's armor, it is, for one, price is not for sale. Rarity is 10. Encumbrance is 6 if you're to carry the armor. So, its defense is 2. Its soak is 3. Clad in sage green Mandalorian armor with red trim, Boba Fett draws on the history of Mandalore's legendary warriors to strike fear in his targets. His dented helmet incorporates a rangefinder as well as enhanced optic suite to aid in combat. It also features a display for his wrist display, which is connected to the Imperial Enforcement Data Core to help locate bounties and crowds. In addition to the vaulted protection of Mandalorian iron, Boba Fett's armor has an arsenal of integrated weapons, which he also is suited to specific targets.
Do they mean Beskar?
Beskar, yep. See, they just referred to it as Mandalorian armor because this came out before Mandalorian. So they just, thought people would recognize Mandalorian armor rather than Beskar. Boba Fett's customized Mandalorian armor comes equipped with enhanced optic suites that takes away 2 black dice to vision. Several weapon system integrated in an integrated jetpack and rocket, The rangefinder adds an automatic advantage to all weapon attacks. The integrated weapons include a flamethrower, a jetpack missile, which is ridiculous, a whipcord, and premeditated contingency. Once per encounter as a maneuver, a character wearing Boba Fett's armor may make an average vigilance check, which is 2 purple, to draw any weapon or armor of a rarity equal to or less than the total number of net successes and advantages. So basically, you can roll a vigilance check and just pull something out of your ass, literally, in this armor.
Purchased. The book, that is.
Congrats.
The armor also has Heartless Silence. Boba Fett is one of the most ruthless bounty hunters in the galaxy, cold and unreadable behind his Mandalorian visor, and all but immune to the desperate pleas of his targets. Once per session as an out-of-turn incidental, he may spend a destiny point to cause a social check targeting him to fail. The character who initiated the check may not attempt another social check targeting Boba Fett for the remainder of the encounter. And that's just his armor. That's not the actual character at all.
That's hilarious.
The mere fact that his armor can just pull something out of it because I said so. And then we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. It has damage 10, critical on 1. 1, people!
Wow.
And it has the abilities of Bastion of Safety, Breach 1, and Sunder. Kenobi's lightsaber features a minimalist skeletal design with a chromium hilt and emitter and a series of black composite metal ridges along the grip. The lightsaber's kyber crystal generates a pale blue blade. In combat, Kenobi always concerns himself with the safety of nearby civilians, frequently leaping in front of blaster fire meant for others and deflecting it away. When Kenobi senses an opening, he closes in with an opponent and disarms them, often literally. That's that crit 1, he chops off body parts easy. So Bastion of Safety, which is his lightsaber's special ability, is Kenobi's lightsaber draws the eye of every combatant in the field if ignited. Once per encounter, the wielder can make a hard 3 purple leadership or negotiation as an incidental to draw fire. If successful until the wearer's next turn, whenever an enemy character in the current encounter makes a ranged combat check that could target the wielder, they must target the wielder. The GM may spend 2 disadvantage or despair to exclude an enemy from this conflict. And also disarming nature. Obi-Wan Kenobi is trained his entire life to end fights quickly and with minimal bloodshed. When he wields his lightsaber, he aims for the weapon arms of aggressors, ensuring they can't threaten anyone ever again. Whenever Kenobi makes a successful combat check with his lightsaber that results in a critical injury, and the critical result is over 71, he may treat it as if it was 105, which is taking an arm off.
Wow.
So he crits on 1, which means he can, for every additional advantage he spends, it's plus 10.
Damn.
He's all about chopping arms off. Let's flip
I
through.
want to chop arms off.
So I'm a little late, and our Jedi's like delusions of grandeur and great swords and stuff.
Oh,
What the hell?
man, he's finally here.
Hey, I didn't say I'm going to cut off arms. I just said I want to.
Sorry, awesome tacos, awesome beer, then awesome free beer with the owner. So it's kind of hard to say no.
Understandable.
Hey,
That's-
No problem.
if you're
Oh yeah, just screw us.
But my tummy feels wonderful.
Well,
No.
hopefully it's wonderful enough to get us some light side points when you roll Destiny, because otherwise we're screwed.
So my tummy would have been feeling wonderful on Monday if somebody hadn't canceled on us.
Uh-oh.
Aw.
Wow.
Hey,
Or not Monday, Saturday. My bad, Saturday.
Yeah. Well,
Saturday.
that
yep.
wasn't me. That wasn't me. So
yeah, it
Where
was
did you have
us.
said tacos and beer.
And we also had to cancel Mom's birthday dinner too.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, every
Mm,
every Tuesday. Oh, nice.
damn. Well, Jim,
Wow. It's going to be a rough landing. That's all I'm going to say. God bless you.
Thank you.
So, anybody want to hear how ridiculous Han Solo's blaster is from the first movie?
Hmm.
Yes.
Han Solo's customized D1144 heavy blaster pistol. It's, of course, not for sale. Rarity is 10, encumbrance is 2. It does a damage of 7, crits on 3, has medium range, and has stun setting and overcharge. So, a gift from renowned thief Tobias Beckett. Han Solo's blaster has been at his side for years. Han's blaster retains the boxy frame and detachable microscope of the standard Blastech model D1144. So it has overcharge. Once per round as a maneuver, the wielder may set Han Solo's blaster to fire an overcharged shot, upgrading the difficulty of the next attack to add Pierce 7 quality
Ooh.
to the attack.
Jesus Christ.
An attack
Wow.
that generates 2 threat or despair may cause the blaster to run out of ammo. So
So he must have
basically,
used that on Guido, huh?
yeah. Oh no, this is what he used on Guido.
Greedo.
Greedo. Boring conversation anyway. Once per encounter, when Han Solo fails a deception check, he may spend 2 advantage to immediately draw his blaster and make a combat check targeting the target of the failed check as an incidental.
Oh, jeez.
So if he fails but rolls 2 advantage, he still shoots your ass.
That's awesome. I want that
Wow.
Right?
You just have to go draw down on Han Solo and take it from him. That's all.
skill. Nice.
But yeah, we were flipping through the gadgets and gear book, which is definitely a good book.
Is that on Troves yet, or?
Nope, it has not been added yet.
Okay. Bummer. Because I was looking for that. They got all the races. Now I just need Troves.
Because that's where they
That's
add a lot of the cool stuff. Like Janag may want to buy himself a VXA Intelligent Toolbox. An intelligent toolbox counts as a toolkit. Additionally, it reduces the time required for repairs, crafting, and other mechanic tasks by 50%.
Nice.
Wow.
Because there's nothing cooler than a toolbox you can say, wrench, and it actually shoots you the wrench. And not the channel locks.
That's awesome. All right. So did we get the ship all modified or what?
We may want to hold up on that when we actually get some
Yeah.
Say all these.
testing points.
I'm waiting for this mechanics check
Okay.
here because I got a lot of dark side points here.
You yeah, I guess, huh? Did we sell the ship at least?
With all these black?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And now
No, we've been waiting for you.
And now they're just scared.
Right? Good lord. It's, I guess you're waiting for a little coercion to help sell the ship, in case the other doesn't work.
They want to just make sure that you can glower at whoever's buying it from you guys.
Right? Wow. Jeez, Louise.
So needless to say, last where we left off, you guys were wanting to get to a nice place that, for one, Manx was not like known for being at because Uma's still dealing with some conflicted interests there.
Yeah. Stockholm syndrome.
No. I'm like, can I kill him again?
Wow. This is the guy who raised you.
This is the guy that enslaved me. Yeah, he was nice enough to keep me out of the flesh peddlers, but it still didn't, he was not a nice man.
Some people are just ungrateful.
Right? That's what I was just thinking.
Two sides of the same coin, right?
I mean, he totally could have sold your Leku off. You don't need those to survive.
Wow.
So you guys are heading to a nice, shady shadow port, and conveniently, in hut space, Dandaran is a perfect planet for it because it's just inside Hut space, close enough to Republic space that it actually had a senator at one point, bought and paid for by the Huts, I'm sure. But, it's totally underdeveloped. It's basically not like Kashyyyk or Endor rainforest, but like regular Earth pine forest woods almost on the entire planet except for the water. And conveniently that there's a little spot down there called Smugglers Basin, which is a nice little open market smuggler's port where you guys can just chill, and as long as you pay your taxes, nobody cares. I mean, if you want to know more, somebody's going to have to roll into Underworld, but,
Well, that's not going to be me.
Do you want to know more? Am I applying for citizenship?
You just might be. And you'll be glad to know Uma's obligation did not come up.
Wow.
No one's did, in fact.
I know, really. Shocking me.
I'll probably want to make a roll just to know if there's any, what gank group or murders may be in here, on the planet.
I have 6 green.
I think, yeah, he has. Really
For Underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Here goes all the biscuits.
Can I assist for a yellow? Oh, he already rolled. Never mind.
He beat you to it. So, pretty much, you don't really know much other than that.
Hold on.
You have a lot of advantage.
Hold on. Where did it go?
I sense he's got a plan.
Yeah. Well, he's got something.
Well, so I'm trying to see if I can use that where I can, with it being Underworld, not computers or where I can take one strain and change it.
But is that just a computer's thing?
That's what I was just. Yeah. Cancel. Come on, stop. Where is my thing? Oh. Alright, where did it go? Oh, that's in the other thing. Yeah, it's just mechanics or computer. So, sorry.
So, what would you like to do with the advantage? I mean,
That's
if you
a lot
want to
of
give me
advantage.
3, I'll give you some completely unrelated knowledge.
There's
Wow.
5 though. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Got my money's worth out of that red.
You did. You did. I don't know, what were we shooting for anyway?
You were just wanting to know some more information about the basically the shadow port on the planet.
Yeah, like what's the average living cost? That's what I'll spend the advantage on. Like, what does the local house go for? Like, we'll just say that I got that kind of information. I'm just gonna sit there and go, "What the hell just happened?"
I'll give you for 2 of your advantage. You can get that information that it's fairly poor in the living conditions. It's you don't remember hearing anything about the underworld part, but you got more of a whole. It's a very rustic place. It's not like super high tech. It's very rustic and kind of that way for a purpose. But for 3 of those advantage, I will tell you that selling a ship there at Smugglers Basin will you could probably demand a good price, because this is a very primitive backwater planet. In regards to having a ship that works, pretty much you can make people pay through their teeth for that.
What he just said.
General and not specific, but helpful.
Yeah, well. Wow. That's kind of cool. Sorry.
We're going to make a killing on this.
Right?
On the other side.
A video of a F-35 fighter dropping a test nuclear bomb at supersonic speed.
Oh my god.
From an internal bomb bay. That's pretty badass. Anyway, sorry.
And by the time it leaves the housing, it's probably already 200 miles away.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, supersonic speed dropping a nuclear bomb now. It's like, that's pretty impressive.
It's no longer the bank to the left and watch the mushroom cloud.
That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. 10,500 feet above Tonopah test range in Nevada.
Basically, he's halfway back home before it touches ground.
Uh-huh.
That'll ruin your day.
Yep.
That'll ruin everyone's day.
So.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, because it's not dropping it here. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, but if we can do it, how long before our...
Well, the problem is we sold the F-35 to, like, everybody. Mm-hmm. So. Because we're dumb like that.
You mean we like to sell surplus, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So, anywho. All right.
Today's friends are tomorrow's enemies. Just ask
Max. Yep.
Oh, wait. We can't.
So are we able to get it like a port, like parking, like together or near each other?
Okay, so conveniently there are some classic, Duracrete style ports, grouped up. That as you guys are coming planet side, who's piloting which ship?
I was piloting one of them. I don't know which one, but.
Oh
wait, I was piloting the new ship.
Yeah, you were piloting the.
The YT blah blah blah.
Yeah, because we didn't care if it made it there in one piece, apparently. So no. Whoop! Was that my outside voice?
I'm pretty decent at piloting.
I'm kidding. Yeah, the YT 2400.
Okay, so you guys, kind of give the planet kind of a drive-by, and you realize it's got lots of forests and water, and immediately you're looking for the shadow port. So who's on the computer to try to find it?
Gee, who would be on the computer?
Because this is everybody's first time here. I mean, it's a good thing the YT 2400 had its location in its databanks.
Yeah, I can roll computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Go for it.
I mean, let's get the computer guy do it.
Okay, so immediately Janon gets on the computers and he's like, blah, 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 and he's blasting the signal out there to find out, okay, where's this super secret smuggler's port that we're looking for. And for 3 advantage, I'll give you something else, by the way, if you want.
Ooh.
If you're willing to trade. Are you willing to make a deal?
Sure.
Okay, so
How much
immediately...
for 4?
Well, I'll give it to you for 3.
All right.
So immediately you just like 3 keystrokes and you've got the heads-up display showing where the Smugglers Basin is located, because you can clearly see there's a little communications. Your computer scan clearly shows you this is Smugglers Basin. They even have a little landing beacon that you've locked into, so it's going to make life so much easier for both of your ships as you're sharing the frequency. For 3 advantage in the southern hemisphere, by the way, you are picking up a very, very fortified location that has lots of like ray shields cooking. So it kind of pops up on your sensor sweep pretty quick. And you do pick up that there's lots of communication chatter coming from that location. But they're not popping off any RIF identifier type of dealio. But you're just like, hey, there's something down there to the south. And we're talking like halfway across the world south. Shouldn't be a concern. Shouldn't
When you
be a
said
problem.
southern hemisphere, I gathered it wasn't right next door.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Because I didn't say which hemisphere the basin was in.
Correct.
Da-da-da-da. So you conveniently give everybody the location to the basin. In fact, with the uber successes, it's going to make life even easier finding it, as you both have both your ships' little heads-up display. Both of you pilots, as you're coming in for a landing, and you did say you were wanting to find 2 adjacent spots, right?
Hopefully.
Now, are you
Or
wanting
nearby.
open area, or you want 2 confined little spaceports that you're going to land in?
We like
Because they have
confined.
those. You notice they've got little clover-shaped trio of pods, spread out.
No, I leave it to the captain.
Well, let's see here. In the clover ones, they may be in 2 separate little thingies, right?
Mm-hmm. You can get 2 that are adjacent out of the 3.
Yeah, as long as they're close.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, that's just my suggestion.
the battle droid can only protect one of the ships then. But
Yeah, but we're going to sell the other one, so let's just make that
True.
quick.
yeah, let's go ahead and do that because it puts us more directly in the town.
Plus,
Yeah,
I
we
believe
can
John
quietly.
was in the YT 24, right? So he and I can make sure that one's locked up good and tight because the droid is in your guys' ship.
Right, we can quietly transition the droid to the YT, and then, before we go to sell it.
Yep.
What? You're not going to sell it with the droid inside?
No.
Fully
Yeah, why not?
furnished,
And then the
including
droid
battle
can kill
droid.
them.
And we're taking
overpower
our
and bring us
R2
back to
unit.
ship.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. And we're not leaving the R3 unit on the other one either.
Right.
So, Alina,
So we got a little transitioning.
go ahead and give me your piloting check for landing in the port. And as you guys are getting close, you get this weapons lock on your console saying, hey, somebody's got missiles locked on you.
Really?
And of course, you get this little haze over the
The
static.
bad guy place. Of course they do. It's like when you go into Thailand. Like Cambodia's got you locked, and so does Thailand.
Yeah. As you both get these hazy voices saying, welcome to Smugglers Basin. Identify yourself or we'll shoot. How does each of our captains identify themselves?
Naruma. My alias, Naruma.
And not Jedi Sentinel.
Can I, since I have Janong on my ship, can we send across some fake credentials and I can just say we are, because I think we rebranded this ship, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we called it the Rago too, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's your transponder? That's a whole different
Yeah,
process.
that's what I'm saying is because we have him, have swapped the transponder to send something.
We would have had him done
Legit.
that when we met out in the
That
the
is
black.
a really difficult role, by the way. That's actually something that's difficult to do. It's almost like they're made not to be futzed with. But
Yeah.
if he wants to attempt to do it, he can try to do it.
We have destiny points. You can use it. John.
Sure, I don't care. Whatever. Computer?
Computer, yep.
Roll a disc, flipping lights. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, you weren't talking to me?
Oh, damn. Snap.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Right?
So,
So what's the name of the ship again?
what is the name, home port, and origin story of this ship?
Virago 2, we had it specially commissioned as to be part of our fleet of Viragos, and its home port was, I have no idea. You guys can tell me that.
Hold on, let me see if it's on the sheet.
So with your 3 successes, 4 advantage, and triumph, you basically hacked into it, and it's whatever you want to say it is. And I'm assuming you say it's not wanted or criminally connected to anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, some people may want a reputation on their ship. You never know.
Yeah.
Wanted in
Brand
4
new,
stars.
right off the fucking assembly line.
Okay, so needless to say, you can just give your ship straight up credentials because yeah, they'll hold up to scrutiny, all right.
Yeah.
So I would like to invoke my skilled slicer ability.
Uh-oh.
When making a computer check, may spend 1 triumph to make further computer checks within this system. A maneuver.
So basically, for a maneuver, you can go in there and change it around.
Yeah.
Ooh, because that's what you're good at. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Wow.
I mean, it's one of my things.
Yeah, so as a maneuver, you can always go in there and change when some X-Wing flies up next to you saying, ping me your signature, you can say, just one moment, let me take a maneuver, make a computer's roll, and bam. Because you've cracked the system, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. It's like what transponder?
Yeah.
What ship are we today?
Nice. Okay. Well, so we land without any issues with the ship. That's nice, or at least that ship, anyways.
So, yep, Uma lands her ship with no problem, but we are still waiting on Alina to make a piloting check.
Oh, my bad. This is piloting in planetary, right?
Piloting
No, space.
Space.
Space is about the type of ship, not where you're piloting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, and you're ready for me?
Yep.
Oh, God. Here's our first damage. Oh, no, not so bad.
So I'll just give you a personal point of strain for that one because you were sticking your tongue out biting it when you're looking at the rearview mirror, making sure you don't scratch the paint job. Especially after hearing Jannog bouncing up and down of I own you, computer. Coming from the engine room where the transponder is located, buried deep in the engine.
Back there.
So you guys, you've landed. It's very rustic. You see nice, pine trees everywhere. The air is super fresh and refreshing. You're like, for a second, you take this moment of like, this can't be hut space. Everything's clean and natural.
Yeah, don't think I've ever seen anything with hut space in this environment.
It's like, obviously, this must be one of those things that the huts don't actually come here. It's just the huts get taxes for anything that happens here. It's one of those that a hut just said, this is mine, and nobody contested it.
Right?
I will be right back. I'm going to go get one of those not-so-cheap drugs.
Yeah.
As the Jedi needs to get rid of that strain.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the typical dirty, dusty, nasty planet.
And you guys, when you did a flyby, you could pretty much see where there's the cantina. The Miners Guild has an establishment there. It looks like possibly the Bounty Hunters Guild has a thing there because you saw lots of animals hanging up outside a building. You get the idea that trophy hunting might be a big thing here.
Cool. Do I know anything about gank activity here?
Give me a skill check. You tell me.
Probably would be Underworld.
Okay.
Or maybe Streetwise?
I'm thinking more Underworld.
Okay.
Yeah, so cheap drugs would be Excedrin. Not so cheap drugs would be my prescription Maxalt.
There you go. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me know when you're got it set up.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Yeah, no idea.
Basically,
Never heard of
you
this
didn't
place.
see any ganks, and you don't think there's any ganks. I mean, there could be some ganks, but you never know.
Yeah. Never heard about ganks here. So what a strain.
Yep, as you were straining your eyes trying to look at the crowd as you guys were landing, you're like, any ganks? Any ganks? Any ganks?
Okay.
As Uma slaps you out of the cockpit window. Stop gawking at the crowd. Okay, so you guys, come out and greet each other.
Yep.
And of course, immediately there's a human, comes out there and he immediately does the whole whoa. That's 100 credits a day for the port.
Oh, that seems a little highway robbery for this location.
Don't worry, it comes with free refueling and refresher refill.
Yeah, let's see some credentials.
And he basically, you say that to him when he comes up to Alina's ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you say that, and he pulls a little data stick out of his ear, and he's poking his data pad with it, and immediately you hear these warning klaxon lights pop up, and a boot pops up and grabs onto one of your landing pads.
On both ships, or just the one?
Just on the one that Alina's in, because she's giving him crap.
Oh.
As he's this is my credentials.
I was gonna say that's pretty credentialed to me, man.
Yep.
It's cash in advance. We can't trust, some of those smuggler freebooters out there just don't pay their bills and leave in a hurry. If you know what I mean.
I'm gonna try and negotiate the price down.
Okay, so when he comes to you, you're gonna be all nice and sweet, not that
yeah.
not
now,
that chick
you
on the
and
other
I,
ship.
Yeah, you and I both know that this is not exactly the hub of, it's so let's go ahead and negotiate.
This isn't the Julian or whatever,
Exactly.
Go for it.
Okay.
Looming.
And what does looming give her?
What was that? I think it's 3 advantage. Loom. Yeah, when your ally engages in character makes a successful charm or deception, negotiation, character adds advantage per rank in coercion.
Okay, so should I roll?
Just, roll and then we'll manually add it. That's fine.
Shit!
Well, you got advantage all day,
Hold
though.
it. Wait a minute. Why is there a negative?
Because you're charming against his discipline?
I didn't charm.
Well, you're negotiating against his negotiation.
But you got 5 advantage.
So you're trying to charm down the price, and he's just looking down. You pass he's got, little goggles on that are just hanging off the end of his nose, barely protecting his eyes. And he's just looking at you and.
I mean, we could take our business elsewhere. I mean, unless you've got that many ships for sale.
And he looks at you and says, which one of the spaceports would you like? And he flips the data pad over, and it just shows that it's basically his family name is the owners and operators of all the spaceports in the area. So it's not like anybody else will give you less of a deal.
Okay. Well, what kind of extra unrelated boons from the target concessions, if failed, could we get with advantage?
What would you like?
I don't know.
Or do you
Captain?
trust me and to take 3 of those away and give you some good information? Especially with what Uma just said.
Yeah, well, I leave it to him.
Go ahead, take them.
Because, like I said, we got 5, so.
You still get 2, so how would you like to spend 2 of them?
I'm gonna give a blue to each of the next one of us who do a roll.
Okay. So for 3 of your advantage.
For 3, so hey, just the lean things. For the 3, how about unrelated, which would be maybe insight on selling the ship?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as you mention selling a ship, his ears kind of perked up at that. He still wants his 100 credits. But in regards to selling a ship, I mean, if you're here to sell a ship, I mean, I would want to move that ship pretty quick. And the guy you want to talk to, for more than one reason, is going to be Johan Vessen. He's the guy that gets his little piece of the pie, each piece of pie, if you know what I mean. And he'll make sure to get you top dollar on that sale. Of course, you have to pay his, taxes or commission, depending on how you want to look at it. But he'll make sure nobody messes with your ship while it's for sale under his banner, if you know what I mean.
There we go.
Johan Vessen.
Johan Vessen. You probably want the Star Wars spelling of his name, don't you?
Yes, please. Because right now you're just saying Johan incorrectly to me.
Wow.
That's Star Wars.
See, there we go.
And you can find him over at the Stardust Cantina. You trust me, when you get into the cantina, you'll recognize him right off the bat.
Why will I recognize him right off the bat?
And guy kind of looks around to make sure he's not being overheard. Not that he'd be overheard because he's in a landing pad. He's kind of the unofficial official prince of this port, if you know what I mean. Some would even think to call him a smuggler baron. But he pretty much makes sure that the taxes get paid to the huts, and that way that nobody messes with, nobody in the higher pay brackets, if you get what I mean. Because Kriga the Hutt of the Desilajak Kaijek, which by the way translates to the clan that Jabba the Hutt belonged to. She runs this planet technically, but she's currently on Tatooine right now, so she doesn't mess with us as long as the credits keep coming into her accounts.
Nice.
What was that, Kriga?
Kriga the Hutt.
Like Crigga or GA or
Krieger.
No.
Oh, I spelled
Totally
it correctly. Ah, cool.
Yeah,
My
totally
notes.
different than I was thinking.
It's horrible Star Wars spelling. It's you start to type, you hit your keyboard, and you finish typing. And just one friendly warning that nobody's gonna touch your weapons here. But if you go inside Stardust, don't start. Make sure you're not the one to start anything.
Is that so? That's the inn.
The cantina.
Start. Yeah.
Just don't start it. Don't be the one who starts anything.
So, quick question: is this the same guy now? Are we all together now? Is this the same guy who locked down my ship?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so we paid the credits and he's unlocked it.
So you drop 100 credits into his data pad or his hand.
Yeah.
He's willing to take hard currency of every type. Okay, so as soon as you pay the money, he basically asks, "Would you like me to boot your ship for your protection?"
And how much is the debooting fee?
And he just kind of smiles and says, "As long as you're paying your daily rental, there is no debooting fee."
Okay.
All right. So what was the name? A star what?
The Stardust Cantina.
Let's go in there shooting the place up. Let's do it.
No.
And that's
'Cause
how
you can't-
Nog dies.
Because you can't shoot shit up for shit anyways, so.
Well, you can't punch anything, so I guess we're even.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
I punch him, but, just
You know
doesn't
what it
always
is?
work like I want to.
The boys have been in 2 separate ships separated for hours in hyperspace, so now they're giving that friendly banter to each other.
Right.
And did you want him to boot your ships for safety or no? It's totally optional,
Yes.
up to the owner.
yeah. Let's boot them.
Okay, and he hits his little data pad and little grav
If that's
lock.
the standard type of thing, then this area, might be.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Of course.
It's
Set the
just-
battle droid.
Yeah, so we'll need to, transition some stuff from the old ship to this one, such as Battle Droid and
And the
such.
R3C6 unit.
And conveniently, he hits a couple buttons on a data pad, and a divider between your pads opens up, so there's a convenient driveway between the 2 ships.
Cool. Also, the whiskey needs to move over.
And
Corellian
you,
brandy.
as he's kind of casually just sitting in a chair, kind of watching you guys unload your ship. By the way, just a heads up, you occasionally see him hit his data pad.
Mm.
Maybe he's inventorying what you're pulling out of the ship.
He can't
Maybe he's
see.
not.
We're making sure that it's not visible.
Okay.
Can I hack his data pad?
Ooh,
No,
do it.
no. It's
Ah.
well, I mean, I guess you could try. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I don't know
not
if we
going
want
to be
that trouble.
doing anything yet. He's just peeking, right?
yeah. Well,
All right,
he's
fine.
just visually looking. I mean, do you want to hack his data pad?
I don't know if we want to start that trouble.
Yeah.
We still got to repair the ship, which he could probably point us in the right direction for that, unless we piss him off.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not piss off anybody when we just barely got on the planet.
And our
I'm
ships
sure
are
we'll
locked
have
down
plenty of
by that.
I mean,
opportunities.
we're already fighting and arguing with the guy. I mean,
No, we're on good
come
terms. now.
on, why stop now?
We're on good terms right now. Somebody got a little
But-
lippy, but we're good now.
We're just gonna make sure that nothing that we transfer over is,
Right.
obvious. It's
Boxes
it's,
and
yeah.
stuff.
You put
Exactly. So it's not like saying, "Here, Corellian brandy."
So, I was gonna say, I do take a bottle over and kind of discreetly, just set it down for him.
You give him a bottle for friendship.
Yep.
And he just gives you the when you turn that label out.
Yep.
And he just looks very sheepishly and is like, "For me."
I just kind of nod and turn back around and help unload.
And he kind of uncorks it,
Now
takes
we've
this
lost everything.
big long sniff, like, "Oh my God, you don't get hooch like this here." Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. The good booze gets taken off world, not drank.
Right? Well, yeah. So, just kind of give him a nod, like, make sure we're taken care of.
Okay, he's appreciating the bribery. This is how things are done at smugglers' ports.
That's right.
You want legitimacy, you go to a legitimate port. So somebody conveniently puts a handkerchief on your battle bot, so it's not recognizable.
Yeah. Well, we have him kind of compressed down and then, put him on one of the little pallets that we push them across
The
instead
hover
of them
pallets,
walking.
yeah.
The stolen hover pallets.
They're not
Acquired.
stolen.
Acquired.
They're just rehomed.
Repurposed.
Yes. So yeah, we kind of cover them and take them across, not walk them across.
Okay, so you nicely clandestinely clean out your old ship for your new ship.
Yeah. Then you want to do we'll probably have Janong do like a wipe as far as like any trace data and stuff. I mean, not what the ship is or who the ship is or anything, but
Reset back to factory defaults.
pretty much, other than obviously the base transponder, but just wipe trails of where, who, what, when we've been.
Clear your hyperspace logs.
If R3C6 helps him, would that give him any
That would
bonuses?
definitely give him a blue.
All the routes and all that from the nav computer, all that good stuff.
We don't need to go back to any of those places.
No.
Ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Ready if you're ready. Ready!
It's a computer roll. You're not suckering a dark side point out of me for that again.
Like that one ain't worth it.
Hey, sometimes it worked. It worked the one time.
Yeah, you could get it to spare.
These things can happen. Okay, so easily you go and you bloop, 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 run your program meant to go clear things out. So it's like your ship has been to 2 locations, where it was made and here. That's it.
Yep. Now, Captain, do you want to spend a couple bucks or see what he might be able to do for like a cleanup and spruce up crew? Maybe.
Sorry.
What did you
What?
leave in there, man?
wanted to
Like,
get
that
the
needs to
ship
be
detailed?
spruced up.
Well, you clean it up, detail it. I mean, we've been flying this ship for
backwater
a while.
will be more than happy to get it even in its current state.
Okay, just throwing it out there, just offering.
The gank's like, you do realize I left gank musk all over my bunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So
He's
we'll
like,
put up one of those little air fresheners.
I mean,
I
it has
turned
been.
off the maglet or the grab and jerked off in there a couple times.
I'm sure it's got some scoring marks and stuff like that on it. So just throwing it out there.
He's ganked off in his bunk.
Right?
Just throwing the thought out there.
He's just like, hey, I went to bed with somebody's face on my fists a couple times, Everything's funny until you look at the pillow and realize you rubbed the face off on the pillow and it's looking back at you.
All right. So I guess then, once we get everything moved and stuff and base clean, then we'll, I guess we need to go to the canteen, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, pulls up a quick little hollow vid for you guys and he points out the important locations. It's like, so if you guys want to go hunting, that's like the only recreation we have here besides drinking is really just hunting. You can head over there to the Huntsman Guild. It's a affiliation of the Bounty Hunters Guild if any of y'all are representing card-carrying members. We kind of like the guild here because he's not sure if any of you are bounty hunters or not, but he's covering his bases. So you can head on over there, and if you are a member of the guild, and you do get a 10% discount for additional days stayed.
Yeah.
Because most bounty hunters are one and done.
Yeah. So what about ship mod parts?
Well, what kind of modifications you looking for?
Maybe several, but who do we talk to?
Well, and he gets this serious look in his eyes, like, I'm usually the one folks would talk to, but my cousin's the one who'd actually be doing the work. Or are you looking to do it yourself, kind of fixer-upper thing?
Yeah, kind of fixer-upper. Just needing supplies.
Well, in that case, my cousin would be the one to talk to, but I'd usually broker that kind of trade-off, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to you after we get the other ship handled. And by the way, while we're off, enjoy that bottle.
And he gives you a big old smile. He's happy with the booze. I mean, that's all he's got to do here is sit here and collect rent and drink booze.
There you go. So, all right,
Okay. So
lead
you
on,
guys-
Captain.
You guys heading out?
Okay.
Now,
Yep, let's go ahead.
one quick question, and one of my favorite ones to always ask is our Jedi got her lightsabers out loud and proud?
No, she keeps them hidden in her robes.
Okay. So do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have an average roll here. Give me a stealth for how well you hide your lightsabers.
Oops, it would help if I go to the skills to find my stealth. All
It's a
right,
good
ready
place
for
to
me?
hide it. Yep.
Oh shit!
Wow.
What
Damn.
lightsaber?
What lightsabers?
What Jedi?
They're
There's nobody standing there.
they're keistered.
There's just a breeze.
So, needless to say, you've concealed your lightsabers amazingly. That there's no way beyond a shadow of a doubt until you whip it out will anyone see it.
As far as other weapons, we're all good here, right?
Yeah, you know, he pretty much tells you, that there's no gunnery weapons allowed in town, but that's just because no vehicle weapons to kill people in mass.
Ah.
And
So rifles and like
But
vibro axes are
Blasters are
yeah,
fine.
normal military grade weapons are okay. It's just not the ship class weapons that would destroy half the town. So if you're walking around with a Gatling laser, somebody might have an affront to that.
just fine.
Okay.
Okay. So I have my rifle and my vibro axe.
Yeah. Look at the rifle, not at the lightsabers. Look at the rifle, not at the lightsabers. What lightsabers?
So you guys head through. It's your pretty much typical bazaar type of setup where folks, set up little kiosks where they're selling their different wares. You've got some folks selling scrimshaw, some folks selling weapons. Pretty much it's a huge variety of stuff. Most of it's a little on the not brand new side. So it's basically like one condition quality down, so it's not perfect. It's slightly dinged up.
Just dropped once.
Yeah, it just dropped once. Slightly
Is
less
it-
than pristine condition, but it's still in good condition.
Okay. Alina carrying the blaster that she acquired.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that blaster rifle. So
Yeah, it kind of throws people off.
Yep.
But with that roll, she has the one of the lightsabers is mounted on the rifle as a where it looks kind of like a scope.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
It's better yet, it's that Star Wars scope upon a scope upon a scope, because you
Right.
just need 3 scopes.
Right. So who would think that was a lightsaber? It must be the rifle scope. So it's plain sight, but nobody identifies it.
It's like I knew what that was, but I don't remember what that was.
She's actually carrying both her lightsabers in her hands, and anyone who looks her way just thinks she's carrying 2 flashlights.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, she's a flashlight gal. Okay, that's cool.
She's afraid of the dark. All right, that's understandable.
So the town's pretty clean and everything, huh? Yeah.
The town is
Well, that's
actually
the end.
pretty clean. I mean, it's got the occasional pine shavings and pine needles bouncing around, but for the most part, it is, for what you were expecting, immaculate.
Nice.
You were expecting something really dumpy, and all of a sudden you're like, this is really a step up. I mean,
Quaint.
I wasn't expecting the place to be so clean.
Well, kudos to Craiga.
Kudos
Not
for the
the-
hut to keep the place, in
Yeah,
order.
not the typical hut dump. I mean,
Well, she's pretty much, not in the picture other than receiving the funds. It's
Right.
probably Jahan, who
Probably.
you know, is keeping the town in order.
Yeah.
Keeping his own little fiefdom.
Yep.
Because he's a smuggler baron. Quote,
Hey,
air quotes.
I'm just saying, when you want to keep it to yourself, you make sure. Oop, popped you guys on the head.
Wow.
You want
I
to
was
make
gonna
sure
say
to keep
we appeared.
things, chill and legit, so that way, you can keep things going.
Cool.
So of course, you guys, do the whole no thank you port thing when folks are offering you things. Hey, do you want to buy this? Look,
Okay.
rare Wookie
Great.
testicle fertility charm. If you wear this around your neck, you will have many sons,
Great.
and they will be
It's like
very hairy.
it's like psst, psst, hey, GI. Hey, psst, GI.
You want to buy? And as you notice, the map slowly dissolves for you, and you guys are at the very bottom, by the way.
Yep.
So, of course, as soon as you guys open the door, you notice one thing, that this isn't one of those cantinas with an airlock that separates the inside from the outside. It's just a nice, actual, beautiful carved wood door that's got like shooting star motif going here.
Ew.
And you immediately
Wow.
get the mild techno feel.
Oh, good.
As you got your auto, bartender over here making some kind of weird food and serving beverages at random. Got the bartender over here, and you got over here. These are basically private booths.
Is this a stage?
Yep, this is a stage,
Techno music. Oh
and
my
over here
god.
you've got the hologram of whatever the spiel of the day is.
Nice.
Which at the moment I think is like the HoloNet news, where they're talking about the current events in the galaxy. Alderanian prince kidnapped and freed.
Alderanian prince kidnapped and freed by his wife.
I'm just
Rumors
so
say she was an ISB. I mean, she was a Republic spy network agent in disguise. And you just see a hint of a beautiful dress, butt, and one leku flipping.
Yeah,
When
but
we enter, do we see anybody who's set themselves up as a kind of,
Prince of
You
Yeah.
immediately pick up over here is probably the guy in charge, because there's this human, kind of dashing looking,
Oh boy, here we go. Another rescue mission.
and he's got he's got three females around him that are just talking and chatting. Only one of them is he being semi-romantic with, it looks like, with the whole physical touch. The other two, and they're just flipping cards down. It looks like they may be playing sabacc.
Okay.
but techno music.
Eats it.
Sorry.
Eats it.
Pulled into Perth, Australia, and thought, or actually Sydney, and I'm like, oh, like 92. I'm like, oh, cool. Techno music every fucking where. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was awful.
Because that was the cool new thing then.
Apparently.
And then you get in boots and pants and boots and pants.
Boots
And boots and pants, and boots and pants.
Freaking strobes and the same beat over and over. It's
Uh-huh.
like, oh god.
This is why you just need a DJ, because they're just playing the same tempo over and over and over and over.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, so
All rock music is either a 3 or a 4 beat.
Math is power.
yep.
That's why in clubs, they can transition from one song to another one so easily, because they're all based on either a 3 or a 4 beat.
Hmm.
So they sync up smoothly.
Nice.
okay, so I approach
Okay.
and I excuse me, are you Johan Vessen?
And immediately this fairly brawny looking Deveronian female, she's got her horns tastefully shaved down. She kind of immediately scoots up swooping like blaster pistol came out of nowhere, and she just has it laying, at ease to her side, and she's like, "That's me." And immediately the human male in the group just kind of like smiles and looks down at his cards, shaking his head as he mentions to the dealer to deal him another card. He discards a card. And
So hold it. The female Deveronian said that she was Johan.
Yep, she's saying it all casual, like that's me with a blaster pistol hanging down, straight down. You obviously get the sense that she's a bodyguard, or
Yeah.
she's she's trying to verify you.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, your stature was misleading in the description I was given.
And she kind of smiles at you when you say that. And she kind of flexes her free hand that doesn't have the blaster pistol and kind of like shows you her really impressive bicep. She's got that strong brawn, but not over muscular, so she's still kind of sexy in her Deveronian way. And she's like, "Why, thank you."
I'm gonna look at her and I was like, I'm told that you, and then I look at him, are the one to do business with, and then I look back at her.
Okay, and she kind of like, she takes in all of your friends. You got Alina there and a gank. And Janog peeled off from the rest of you guys to go get himself a chair, I noticed.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
And as
Jamming.
he kind of like wraps his cards. You know how poker players tap their cards on the table? It gets that really crisp tap tap.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like casually sits back in the cushion with her gun hand kind of resting up casually, up on her elbow, with the gun kind of just pointing straight down at the seat. And he's like, he gives you the come hither to approach. He liked that answer. And he puts his cards down and he looks at the other two ladies and he's like, I fold. As they bicker back and forth of who's got the winning hand. As the Deveronian's still giving you and the gank kind of the seriously look. She's chill, but she's giving you the, if things get serious, it's going to get real serious real quick.
Yeah, and I'm
will.
keeping my, hand away from my, it's like, so I hear that you, and I'm sort of saying it you as in the plural at this point, are the one to discuss the sale of a ship.
But it's customary here at the basin that any big purchases should go through my office. And he kind of smirks when he says office, and the two girls that are still playing the cards kind of giggle when he says that. To make sure that the customary fees, levies, and commissions are paid to... and he kind of gives this... kisses two fingers to the sky as he comments, about our Lord and Savior, Kriega, the Hutt. And he does that, that two-finger kiss the lips, and it's like you're saluting God.
And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what our friend the portmaster told us.
That's good to hear. I'm gonna make sure to give him a nice tip for making sure business was handled appropriately. So, what kind of ship do you have for sale? As the two gals are playing cards, oblivious to you guys, are ignoring you guys, but they're playing their game, and he's just like immediately like, so what's your poison? What do you got, and how much are you looking for it?
Well, I don't know how much it would be. Hold on, let me get back to my notes, see if I put a...
What kind of ship is it?
Well, I know what kind of ship it is.
Yeah, so what kind of ship is it?
It is a XS freighter.
And the value is on that page if you look.
Oh, the value is 100,000 credits.
If it's brand new off the lot.
Yeah, but it's got, shall we say, some
modifications. Plus, this is Blackwater.
Yeah,
Backwater
it's
world.
got some modifications. it has smuggling compartments, that type of thing. So
Some improvements
it has some minor
or
improvements.
enhancements.
Yeah.
And he kind of like rubs the table underneath. He puts his hand and rubs the table, and you notice that the table slides open, and there's obviously a built-in data pad for him. And he kind of like types a couple buttons, and so it's a excess freighter. And how many miles would you say you have on it?
Oh, only went to church on the weekends.
Well, it only flew from the factory to here, according to the data.
It was it was a little rougher than a casual trip, but yeah,
It's very clean.
He only drove to the Jedi Temple every Sunday.
exactly.
He kind of smirks at that, and he starts putting in some calculations, and then all of a sudden he hits a button, and you see a little holo display come up. It's not fancy. It's a really low res holo display, but you realize that obviously
It's our ship.
It's your ship on holo camera in the port, and he's kind of looking at it. And he spins the holo around to get kind of that 360 view of, and he's typing some numbers in there, and he looks at you and he's like, so any other features that you might have here?
It may have a few extra not so noticeable compartments.
Okay, so he's typing in the numbers here.
I don't know if the guns are standard.
Well, you guys haven't upgraded them.
Yeah, okay, so then, yeah, because I couldn't recall if we had upgraded them.
It was on the to-do list. Poor Janong.
Yeah,
Kept too busy.
It does also have a, no, we'll take that with us for the other ship. A decoy buoy.
You do have the decoy buoy launcher, yep.
Yep, so we'll...
So you're going to pull the radio out of the car before you sell it.
Well, not exactly.
I was going to say that this is what we'd have to do. We'd have to remove it.
Okay.
Just sell it with it. We can always
okay. Then and it also has a decoy buoy.
Those are pretty pricey right now because they're super popular for getting away from Sith entanglements, if you know what I mean.
I have I've heard that.
Got a Sith problem in the area, do you?
To the south, we've got some unfriendly neighbors. We haven't had any interactions with them yet, but it's only a matter of time before we have to...
As I say, yet being the operative term when it comes to Sith.
Before we have to call the Hutts to come park a ship over them in orbit. Everything will be fine. It'll be fine.
Wait, what happened here? I step away for 10 seconds and we're talking Sith?
He's implying that there's Sith on the planet, possibly to the south.
Captain, we have to make a trip south.
Which, thanks to Janong's, comm message, about, hey,
Right.
guys, there's some kind of base or something with lots of metal, and it's got a ray shield and everything.
Right. Yeah, great. And I look and make sure Elena's didn't catch any of that, hopefully.
Give him the puppy dog no look. Okay, so are you going to try to negotiate, by the way?
Yes.
You are going to negotiate?
And I'm going to use a point. Hold on a sec.
Are you going to click it before I click it?
Yes, I am. So just don't you dare.
Oh,
look at
touchy.
that. You managed to do it before I did it. Good job.
No, touchy.
No touchy, touchy.
No touchy.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your negotiation check.
And I have the gank with me, so I get extra
Lumen.
advantage. Oh, and remember, I said the next roll, it's a blue. So add a blue to it for me, please.
Okay, I've got a blue for you.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh. Wow.
So you try to negotiate with him, and he's just like, "Listen, I understand you. I don't want any hard feelings since it seems like it's your first time here because your faces are all new to me." And
Can I maybe influence him?
you have the Jedi power.
So,
Wait a minute. Wait a
um,
minute. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't get the upgrade.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh.
I
That could
gave
be
you the
just
blue dice,
enough.
but I didn't give you the light side point. Would you like to roll again?
Yes,
Or would you
please.
like to roll a green die?
take the green die.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
I personally would say roll again because look how
I'm
bad
gonna
those
roll
reds
again.
are. Because those reds came
Yeah.
up all failure.
Exactly.
Rolling
Except
again
when
would
it-
give you better odds.
Oh my god.
So are you ready? You got a
I am
blue
ready
and
with
a
your
green in
upgrade.
there.
God.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You have an upgrade and a blue.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Here we
This is gonna
go.
be awesome.
Oh!
That is so much awesome.
But you
Yeah.
succeeded.
I am like cursed.
But
but
you
I did
succeeded
succeed.
and got advantage.
I did succeed and I got 5 advantage.
But Manx's crew, the Sith, somebody knows we're here now or some bullshit.
It's a despair. It's not the end of the world.
Hey, I
Right?
succeeded though.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I had
Could
to
have
sneeze.
just rolled the green. Oh shit.
I'm doing some quick math here for you.
Yeah, I bet you are.
As all of a sudden you see that like the hologram starts popping up with some hard system scans of your ship. Obviously there must be sensors in the port scanning really hard at your ship right now. And plus 5%.
Nice.
Someone's typing fervorously.
Well, I'm gonna
Actually, that's 5 advantage because loom. So success and 5 advantage. There's just a little despair.
Okay. So what would you like to do with your 5 advantage, by the way?
get rid of the despair.
I know that's what you'd like to do, but what are you going to do with your 5 advantage?
um, uh, hmm, uh, I know I can't completely negate it, but whatever the despair is, can I reduce it dramatically?
Well, the despair might be something completely unrelated to the rest of you.
Okay. Well, then I want to get, let's see here. Basically,
I mean, for 3 advantage, I'll give you like his hookup.
what do you mean his hookup?
Well, if you're willing to trust me, he'll make sure to take care of you while you're here.
Oh,
That's not bad.
that's not bad. And then the other 2, bump up the sell price a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so he has you sit down and you guys start, you guys are watching her and him haggle back and forth and it's going good,
Yep.
it's going bad, it's going good. And he laughs at every joke she says, she's playing it off as charming and, laughing with his compatriots. And he basically hollow types in a price and a little plastic sheet prints out and he slides the sheet to Uma at the very end of negotiation. And basically that does say 70,000 credits, 70,200 credits.
And that's with the fees already deducted.
That's pre-tax.
What are we talking after tax?
200 credits. So little do we know that
Show me the
spare.
real number.
Yeah, what's the out the door number?
Jim?
I'm doing math here real quick.
He's
Oh, okay.
thinking.
You're making me do math, so I've got to.
He's trying to do the math and then
So,
also trying to
believe it or
figure out
not,
how he's going to screw us.
Minus the math, which is about 15% disappearing, it's a clean 65,000 credits. In hut currency, by the way.
Mm.
Which means it'll be in, gold pressed latinum.
I mean, I knew we weren't going to get 100K.
No, yeah.
But it's better than half price.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's not
what
a
do you
bad
guys think?
price. I mean,
I'm
Plus,
Shall
we're
we
getting
take
good
it?
treatment from them while we're here. Plus, the other guy's already kind of hooking us up, taking care of us. It's a good deal. I mean, just we don't know
Janong, you
what.
think that you can do some decent upgrades with that?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just don't know what the
And we still
shoe
want to keep
dropping's
some.
going to be.
Yeah.
and he even, as you take the plastic sheet, sliding across the table before you pick it up, he kind of stops you from looking at the number, and then he's like, and as long as you're here, your drinks at the Stardust are covered by me,
No,
and the rest of your stay at the port is on my tab.
well, there we go.
Okay.
That all adds up.
Yeah, because I was going to say, and little did we know with that despair that in a starport not too far away, an actuator on a boot breaks, and it's going to take 2 weeks to get in the replacement part at $100 a day.
And free drinks and accommodations while we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's shake hands on it.
Okay, he pulls his glove off and gives you his hand. The girls kind of smile, and he gives you the shake, and he says, "Come back tonight, and I will have your credits for you."
Okay. Alrighty.
And he kind of smiles and laughs really robustly, and he's like, "Ha ha!" And he slaps the table, and then he just yells out, "Drinks are on me for the next round." I mean, and he whispers to you, "Since I told you it would be free beverages anyway."
Yeah.
And a couple of the patrons start doing their drinky thing. So what are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, Jim, I was actually looking at the time. We got a super late start. Is that perhaps a good place for us to wrap up and figure out, because I think pretty much the rest of us were just standing around watching the deal take place.
And the bar, yeah.
Yep.
Belongs over there, like.
This is a good idea to stop because
Okay.
tomorrow I have a very busy day.
Yes, we all have that day before Thanksgiving breaks insanity.
All right.
Trying to fit a week's worth of work into 3 days.
Yeah, that's why I took the whole week off.
Yeah.
I took part of next week off because tomorrow's going to suck at work because everything's going to be urgent, has to be done right now.
Yep.
Because that's just because people forgot the weekend is here already.
Okay, you're breaking up a little. So
Okay. Sorry, I was pulling my cable out. So in that case, that's probably a good place to wrap it up there. Hopefully you will enjoy your copy of Gadgets and Gears because you will spend the day reading all the cool.
Yep.
okay, you're breaking up again.
Yeah, I caught most of that.
Yeah.
No, he's talking, and I can hear him talking, but nothing's coming through the mic.
Oh,
No,
no.
well, I was
no.
hearing it, and he said, will you enjoy
Well,
that?
but he cut off. Now I hear static.
No,
so-
yeah, he's been talking for.
Can you guys hear me now?
Now
Yeah,
we can
now
hear
we can,
you.
yeah.
I apparently pulled out the audio jack partially, so that's probably
Oh,
what it
nice.
was. But in that
Nice.
case, it's a good place to wrap it up there, and for you guys to figure out what that despair is going to be. So that way the dread hangs in the air until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And now James has all this extra time to come up with what to do with it.
So, Jim, XP?
It's going to be 10 XP for making it to the planet.
All right.
Nice.
You did not die in orbit with all those dark sides I spent. I tried. I tried.
Alrighty. Good night, guys.
All right. Good
Good
night,
night.
guys, and happy Thanksgiving if I don't chat with you between now and Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for Roll20 so I can still game with my friends.
Right.
Woo!
All right. Later, guys.
Later.
Laters.
Have a good night, and Dave and Joe, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.